welcome back to my channel. I'm Shannon Ruger B and I'm so excited for this reading vlog. I also am very excited for my spooky puzzle that I'm about to start for this week. I can't wait. It has like all the classic scary movies. So I'll be doing that with any audiobooks that I do have for this week. If you watched last week's vlog, I had a really great time with Joyland by Stephen King. So I'm going to be reading Misery by Stephen King. I also wanted to read like a thriller maybe that took place around Halloween because it's coming up very soon. And so I picked out Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister. So this, I believe, is a story about a mom who witnesses her son kill someone, and it all takes place around Halloween. So just this cover is very spooky and fall, and I'm here for it. I just got this one at a book sale because I don't want to get thriller and horror fatigue. I threw in a fun one, which is Funny Story by Emily Henry. This is a very anticipated Emily Henry for me, and I really liked People We Meet on Vacation, and I didn't love Book Lovers and Beach Reads, so we'll see how this one goes, but I've heard that this is a lot of people's favorite Emily Henry. These are the 3 books I will be reading this week, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to start my puzzle and get some audiobooks in, get some good reading in, and getting more books off my TBR. All I did between yesterday and today was get the frame together. I had like an error somewhere in here. It was creating so much havoc on the side, so it took me a little bit to figure that out, but I'm excited to get to the middle and start filling that all in. I'm back with a reading and craft update. So I just showed you my puzzle. This is what it is. It's the scary movie puzzle. We are having a Halloween party and the theme is like classic, like horror movie type vibes. So I'm excited to be doing this puzzle and like get in the Halloween mood. Yesterday, I told myself I wasn't going to buy any more crafts until I finished the diamond art and like the puzzles that I have. And I didn't keep my promise to myself because Michael's had half off Halloween diamond art, and I thought this was a really fun one. So it just says like horror and it's like a monster above a girl. And I just thought it would be something fun to hang in here, like even outside of fall Halloween time. I thought it would be fun. However, I messed up because I'm not going to be able to work on it yet, because to do my diamond art, I use these things and it's all full of the one that I'm working on. And I really hate having to deal with the little packets. So this will have to get done after the diamond art that I'm working on, which is really sad because I thought I could just do this one first, but I actually need this to be empty to use this. A reading update, I am 73 pages into Wrong Place, Wrong Time. This book has been a fun beginning. On the night of Halloween, a mother witnesses her son murder someone, and no, it's not a spoiler, it's on the back of the book, and she wakes up the next day and it never happened, and she's so confused, and then she starts going back in time to figure out how to stop the murder from happening. I think it's quite a neat concept, and anything that has to do with like doubting your memory is always a fun book to me because it really freaks me out, like things about doubting your memory and are you really remembering things, or are you able to trust your own memory or are you not? So stuff like that in books is always really fun to me. And I like the mom main character so far. We're also being introduced to a police officer. So I think we're gonna get a couple people in the cast throughout the book. You might have saw my reaction when I was reading the first chapter because I was very confused because I somewhat go into books blind. So I had no idea what this was about. I will update you as I get through this book and as I get some puzzling done. I think it's just so cool, so fun, so fun. What a fun time of year. The puzzle is going so well. It's so fun. It's really cute because my husband is enjoying doing this puzzle because it's like classic horror movies. We're having so much fun doing it, so I actually haven't been able to like really work on it by myself because it's just been fun. Like we have this new routine this week of like working on the puzzle and then watching an episode of Wednesday on Netflix, and we're definitely gonna be done in like a day or two because we're kind of addicted to doing it right now. Wrong place, wrong time. I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5. This book is really interesting that it's so original. I just think that it's really aggravating as the reader because you're reading all of these things happening and then you're just supposed to almost forget that you know that they happened and then like live the day before. And then she keeps trying to convince people and explain to them like what's happening and, oh, I'm going backwards in time. Can you please believe me? This is gonna happen then. And then like some people she will convince, but then she wakes up the day before that happened and like she still has nobody. I was trying to think because I do like the story. I think the story is interesting. I thought the premise was interesting of you see someone commit a crime and now we're gonna go backwards in time and see if you could have stopped this from happening. Really mind-bending. I think I have a hard time with like time travel books in general. Like I had a hard time with recursion with the time jumps over and over again, and I think I had a hard time with this, so it might just be that these types of time bending books aren't my personal favorite. I did like the writing and I liked the main character. I thought she was kind of cool. Like something I definitely like trope wise is like a mother trying her best for her kids, and that's like Last Week I Read Still House Lake. That's how I felt about that. And like that's definitely just a trope I like in general, is like parents going so hard for their kids. I think it's sweet. I think there was a few too many characters just for me because like with you time traveling backwards, if she meets somebody or finds out who somebody is, then you might be in a time when that person didn't exist in their life yet, and it's just very confusing. I definitely would give Gillian McAllister another shot. I think after reflecting, I was like, I think this book would have been better if the crime happened and then we shoot backwards like 3 months and like she wakes up 3 months before or something and has to figure out what happened, and you're like leading up to that day versus like going one day backwards at a time. I don't know. I just thought it was a little too hard for me to get my mind around. I can totally see the appeal of this book and I would recommend this book, but I think go into it knowing that it might be a little bit tedious and a little bit frustrating. Anyway, I am moving and grooving through funny stories, so I will give you a synopsis. And honestly, I'm enjoying it so much that I think I'm just going to finish it up and give you a review. Back with my funny story synopsis and review because I finished this and it was fantastic. It was 5 out of 5. I really enjoy Emily Henry's. Like I loved People We Meet on Vacation, and I feel like this one felt kind of similar to that. So we are following Daphne and Miles. Daphne and Miles are the exes of Peter and Petra, who are like lifelong friends who always claimed they were friends, and then Peter and Daphne were about to get married and Peter was like, no, I actually have feelings for my best friend. So they get dumped and Daphne is not really local and kind of had her life centered around Peter and needs somewhere to live while she figures things out. And so she moves in with Petra's ex, Miles. I know that sounds really complicated, but it's like all in the back of the book, so I'm not really spoiling anything there. And I think it was just such a unique premise that it was just so outrageously like interesting and funny, but like really heartwarming. I really loved both characters, Daphne and Miles. I feel like I enjoy Emily Henry's books just because they're not like straight romance plots. Like Boy Meets Girl, they have problems. They either get married or they break up and she finds herself. Like it's not as cut and dry as that. I feel like there's so many other emotional things like moving to a new state and like not having a ton of friends or family near you and like how to navigate living with no family near you. I really enjoyed that there was a lot of family dynamics, a lot of friend dynamics, as well as the romance. So I feel like it was a big book about relationships that like really kept my interest the whole time. I feel like there was never really a flat moment in the book. And fun to read about the roommates of Daphne and Miles and how they're living together while both navigating breakups, I thought was like genius. I might listen to the beginning of Misery. I'm not sure if I want to start it audio or not, but I'll let you know.
And I also really have to tape the back of my puzzle. This puzzle is seeming like it's not gonna flip as easily as all my other ones did. So I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to flip this and tape it. And also I would love my hobby table back so that I can get back to some diamond arting. I'm going to go get to cooking and start Misery possibly today or tomorrow. The weekend is here and I'm pretty much working a lot all weekend. However, we do have a murder mystery party on Saturday night that we got invited to. And I'm super excited. We all have our own characters. So I am like a 103-year-old grandma. So I'll have to show you whatever my outfit ends up being. But I did get a wig, so we'll see. Very excited to see how this is and how like we all do as a group. And I'm just like so thankful that the hosts invited us. We all have like little catchphrases that we have to say. My husband is like a hotshot screenwriter, so that'll be funny to see how his acting skills are. I'm back with all of the updates. The murder mystery party over the weekend was so much fun. I was a character called Tawdry Hipbones and I was like a 100-year-old woman. And luckily, my lovely wig and outfit got me best dressed. Out of the group, I was voted best dressed. And I thought that that was so cute. Everybody at the party was just like super in character the whole time and we all like really gave it our all, and it was just like the best, most fun, spooky Halloween-y time to do a little murder mystery party. It was so cool. Like I would love to host one day. I just like had the best time and it was like the best group of people to do it. And it was really funny because everyone was so in their characters that I was meeting people, but then like I didn't actually know how to differentiate like what their actual personality was from their character because everybody was so good. And then to give you an update on Misery. So Misery follows Paul Sheldon, who has a super fan, Annie, who pretty much essentially kidnaps him and holds him hostage while he works on his next book, and she like wants to change things, and she's very upset with Paul about how certain things happened in his books, and she's like, I'm your #1 fan, like I'm gonna take care of you. All really creepy. I DNF'd it around page 80, so I almost made it to part 2 but did not get there. When I was reading this, I was like, oh, I just don't think I like body horror, like hearing about the bodily functions of the body in a very horrific way. It just like wasn't fun for me and I really wasn't enjoying it, and even just to read the 80 pages took me like 2 or 3 days. Felt like I was gonna go into a deep reading slump if I kept trying to read this. I think the concept is like funny and witty and definitely horror of your biggest fan kidnapping you. I didn't like the bodily horror. I didn't like the tone of the book throughout this. I think coming off reading Joyland last week, that was a very like fun, lighthearted read, and this just felt very like gross and disgusting and not very fun. So I've learned that I might just like newer age Stephen King writing more than like his older books. One book that this did remind me of, which is really a fun take on it in like a more lighthearted, less gory way, was The Last Word by Taylor Adams. And that is, I think someone leaves like a bad review on an author's book, and the author like goes and haunts the person that left the bad review or something to that effect. I'm not 100% sure. I read it a while ago now, but that was a really fun book, and I think I kind of thought that this whole like be kidnapped by your biggest fan was going to be the same storyline, but it really wasn't. I will give more Stephen King a try. I don't know if I'll unhaul this, but yeah, I just, with the body horror, I was just like so not enjoying myself whatsoever, and I was like, why am I even doing this to myself? Like, reading's supposed to be fun. I'd say it's like a medium well reading week. Definitely I found a 5 out of 5 in Emily Henry's Funny Story. I honestly want to read it again already because I miss these characters so much. Wrong place, wrong time. Honestly, it was a fun time. It just was a little hard on my brain. And yeah, DNFing Misery, obviously a sad way to end. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in another video very soon. Bye.